Welcome to the Dynasty podcast, where we dive into the grand tapestry of secrets on how to build your own dynasty. Get ready to embark on a journey through many glory and downfalls. This is Sam Lammy, better known as Sam Millions, your portal to the Dynasty world. Let's get it. Welcome, everyone. This is the first episode of the Dynasty podcast, where we will be discussing how people are creating their own dynasty. And today our first guest is Milan, Madison, Lorea, my daughter. She's a 10-year-old, going on 11-year-old actress, student, straight A student, and we wanted to talk to her on what motivates her. So Milan, welcome to the Dynasty podcast. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So a couple of questions, we wanted to ask you. What are some of your favorite activities, like outside of school? Like, what are some of your favorite activities?
I like volleyball, acting, and I like hanging out with my friends and family.
Really? Okay. What got you into acting?
So I first saw a show at this theater called Theater West End. It was The Lion King, and then that's when I got really interested into acting after seeing it.
How many plays have you done this year so far?
Too many to count.
So that's good. And what was your last play?
Sweeney Todd.
And I know your schedule, but I want you to share it with the audience. Like, how do you balance being a straight A student, you're a volleyball player, and an actress? Like, how do you balance that? Like, what gets you going?
I guess I kind of want to be, like, famous for some sort of thing. Like, either, like, being, like, really smart, or being an athlete, or being an actress. So.
Or all three. Because, like, the reason why, I wanted you to be part of this podcast is because, when we came up with the name Dynasty, it had dual meaning, As I'm creating the Dynasty agency and health insurance, I wanted every single agent to become the best version of themselves and be the best in the industry. And I also wanted to make sure you and your sisters were going to create your own dynasties as well. Now, I know for a fact that your schedule is insane. You wake up at like 6 in the morning, you go to school all day, and then you have volleyball practice or a volleyball game, and immediately after you go straight to either acting or like practice for acting. Like, tell us about your day. Like, how does your day look like?
So, usually on Mondays, I wake up at 6, I go to school, and then after school, I have volleyball practice. And on Tuesdays, it's the same thing. And Wednesdays, I don't have volleyball practice, but on Thursdays, I usually have 6 a.m. school, and then and then after that, I go to a volleyball game, and then I go to Sweeney Todd after that.
Wow.
And
what time do you typically get home after Sweeney Todd?
Like 11 p.m.
Wow. And so, like, I want you to understand, like, there are adults that have schedules that are less, like, busy as yours, and they make the excuse, what drives you? Like, I know you said you want to be famous in either being smart, an athlete, or an actress, but like, can you dig a little deeper into like what it is that makes you? Because I'm tired just listening to that schedule. Like, that's a long day for anybody, let alone a 10-year-old.
I have no idea.
All right. Well, what advice would you give to other kids who want to do well in school and enjoy hobbies outside of school? What advice would you give them? Because you excel at all of them. So what advice would you give someone your age, maybe some of your classmates that are listening to this podcast right now? What advice would you give them?
Focus on what you want to do. So, like, not do something because someone tells you to. focus on, let's say you want to get all A's, focus on that. If you want to play a sport, focus on that and commit your time to it.
Wow. Man, that is amazing. I think that right there is like perfect advice. Now, let's take a look. Who do you look up to and who do you admire? How and how have they inspired you?
I look up to you.
Oh,
And
okay. Go ahead.
and I want to start a business.
I know you've always had that entrepreneurial mindset. Like since you were like 4 years old, we would drive around and you'll see empty spaces and you'd come up with like ideas of, Dad, I'm gonna create a bakery here, and you actually are a good cook too, and you bake a lot. Like how do you do? I just don't get it. But yeah, so you want to start a business. You look up to me, and what inspired you? What do I do to inspire you? What do you think it is?
Work hard.
Work hard. Yeah. Man, this is like a proud moment for me because a lot of times, especially when you're sacrificing, and your sister, your mother, you guys are my reason why. And so when I'm sacrificing for you guys, sometimes it's like, wow, I hope they understand. And so it's really good to hear that even on this podcast. I wasn't even expecting that to be the answer, but I'm so glad that it is. And so, yeah. So when you feel like you have too much to do, how do you relax and make sure that you have fun? Because, again, your schedule is crazy, and, I'm pretty sure there are going to be some people that watch this podcast or listen to it and say, wow, you're having a kid do too much. I'm glad that you said that this is your decision and that we allow you to make the decision of what you want to do. But how do you, when you feel like it's a lot, what allows you to disconnect from the busyness, hustle and bustle? What is it?
Lay in my bed and watch my computer.
And watch your computer. You do a lot of that, yeah. And I believe the power of decompression is important. Like a lot of the times, even in my office, I'll tell agents, like, if I see them at night and they're playing video games, I understand that is a break of the reality of what they're dealing with. And I think that it's super important that no matter like how successful someone is, they should allow themselves to have some level of decompression. For me, it's literally time with you guys. Like what we just did was go get our nails done, right? We did a mani-pedi before this, but also I go and become one with nature. Like I'll go hike and do stuff like that. And that's my level of decompression. I don't really find much satisfaction in like watching television and stuff, but what are some of your favorite shows?
I don't really have any favorite shows. I usually just watch YouTube.
You usually drop. Okay, so who are your favorite influencers on YouTube then?
This lady, I don't know her name, but her channel is called Learn How to Sign, and then you learn how to do sign language.
Sign language, and what have you learned in sign language that you can share with the audience?
I've learned the Happy Birthday song.
All right, let's see it. Let's see the Happy Birthday song. Let's see it in sign language, because this is going to be great, all right? Do you want me to sing it along with you, or?
Sure.
Oh, man, I was hoping you were going to say no. So, all right, let's take a look. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I don't know. Happy birthday to you. Wow, that's amazing. Anything else you want to share with the audience that you learned in signing? No? Okay. All right. Now, did anyone, like your teachers, coaches, or people who help you say something nice to you that you remember, and what is it? Like something that like is lasting, like something that was said to you that's like molded you to want to do everything that you do. Could be me, your mother, and your teachers, your coaches, another actor or actress.
There's this one phrase that you said, but I can't remember it. It's like, I can't remember it.
What was it about?
It was when you were telling me the day after the volleyball game.
Okay. Do you remember the context of it?
Nope.
All right. What was it? Oh, failure. Was it about failure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I said there's no such thing as failure. You use where you failed to learn. So if you learn from your mistakes, you'll never be considered a failure. So you just use it as a lesson.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So, and how has that helped shape and mold you and everything that you do, whether it be school, acting, or volleyball?
If I get something wrong in a volleyball game, or if I hit the ball a different way, or I get something wrong on a test, I learn from my mistakes and then I keep going.
Absolutely. That's just the way to do it. I live life that way because if you know what not to do, it's going to help you understand what to do so that you never have to worry about it again. So a lot of people just need to realize that mistakes are a part of success, and as long as you keep focused on your end game, begin with the end in mind, and keep the main thing, you'll never be a failure. You may have failed in a thing, but you use it as a learning opportunity. Do you have any secrets that help you do really well in school, and what are they?
So sometimes it's hard to remember the nines in multiplication, so I just use my hands.
Okay.
So 9 times 3, 1, 2, 3, 27.
Wow.
And then 9. It only goes to 10 though, but 9 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 54. Mm-hmm. And then I just keep going until 10.
Wow. I was today years old when I learned that one, because I definitely never did that as a kid, and I struggled with the nines, so so let's take a look. So out of everything that you do, whether it be volleyball, acting, or academics, which one is your favorite?
I just started volleyball, but my team is awesome and so supporting, for everyone. And then I love acting because you get to play different roles and you get to add emotion into other things and be someone outside of yourself for fun. So probably acting. Acting,
yeah. And that's because of the ability to, and your dad does that really well. During my meetings, I'm Jamaican sometimes, and then I turn Puerto Rican. I'll just be speaking Spanish "Como se llama?" So acting because of the roles that you can play. What's your favorite role that you've ever played in? Or
probably acted? The narrator in Into the Woods, because I did it twice.
Into the Woods, okay. Was that and that was your favorite play?
Mm-hmm.
What about your favorite? Because that one you were a narrator. What about your favorite role that you had to embody or take a character?
Probably in Matilda, I was Nigel, so probably that one. Because it was really fun to be scared.
My favorite one of yours is when you did Moana, and I know that was years ago, and you were, what's his name again?
Maui,
and it was just so amazing because I think you really did that really well. I even remember the crowd, and how, excited they were, and you inserted a lot of sense, humor into that role, and the crowd would erupt a lot, and that one is probably one of the most memorable ones because it was the main role, and you were on the stage the whole entire time, and but it was great. But then you also did Not this one, the other main stage one that you did.
Once?
I think Once. Yeah,
Yeah.
Once was also a good one that you did. I thought Once was a phenomenal play that you acted in, where you were the daughter of someone, right? What was that?
I was Ivanka, but I don't remember who my mom was, the name of her character.
Yeah.
But her name is Valerie.
Yeah, and you still have a good connection with most of the actors and actresses that you've worked with, right? Like, who's your favorite person you've acted with?
Probably either Valerie, Tanya, or Deja.
Okay. Valerie, Tanya, or Deja. So hopefully Valerie, Tanya, or Deja is watching this. Milan actually is a big fan of yours. That's awesome. Now I'm just going to ask you a couple of your favorite things because I want to see, so the audience could get to know you. What's your favorite food?
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Spaghetti and meatballs. Who's your favorite musician?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, so you're a Swiftie. What do you
Yes.
think about her dating Travis Kelce? You don't know. All right, cool. What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Probably either Enchanted Lover or Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince.
Wow, that's amazing. Let's take a look. Favorite movie?
I don't really watch movies, but my favorite one will probably be the Aerostar movie.
Wow. It's not even out yet, is it?
No, it comes out on the 13th. But it's going to be my favorite.
It's going to be your favorite one. Okay, well, you're a Swiftie for sure. Let's take a look. Favorite place to visit?
So far, it's probably the Bahamas.
The Bahamas? And you went with your mom, right?
No, that was Chelsea.
That was Chelsea? Who did you go with?
I went with Nana.
You went Nana?
For my 10th.
Why was that your favorite?
Because I really liked the cruise ship and the water was really blue.
Oh, so you went on a cruise. That's good. Let me see. Favorite TV show?
I have no idea.
Favorite play? Not that you acted in, just favorite one that you watched?
Favorite one that I watched? Probably Wicked.
Wicked? Okay. Why Wicked?
Because it was just really cool, and seeing the dragon breathe fire, and it was all basically about what happened before Dorothy came to wherever she landed. It was really cool.
Cool. So since acting, how do you think it's helped with your confidence and speaking to people and even being in front of the camera today?
Well, acting, how it's helped me is basically that it helps you understand people, and I have no idea.
It just helps you understand people, right? Yeah. Now, I understand, I think because of acting, it's actually helped you mature in a way that you were able to go to Halloween Horror Nights and have no fear. What was your favorite part of Halloween Horror Nights this year?
Stranger Things house.
Stranger Things house, okay. And in the Stranger Things house, what was that favorite moment of yours?
When we first walked in and Chrissy was up there, and then Eddie came in. He just popped out right by us, and it was cool.
Yeah. My favorite part was, the guy with the lisp that was in the upside down, right?
That one was really cool.
That one was really cool for me. I really enjoyed that. Now, if there's one thing you want people, the listeners, to know about you, what would that be? And elaborate a little on that.
Something that they should know about me, or I want them to know about. Probably that I'm awesome.
Yeah, you're awesome. Yes, you are. You are awesome. And I'm really appreciate you coming to this first, podcast with us. I think that a lot of people are going to enjoy this because you've shared some stuff that just proves the maturity of a 10-year-old. Like it's just beyond me that, every time I speak to you or we spend some time together, it's just I'm in awe of how mature you are, and I'm really proud of you, proud of everything that you do. To see you, excel at everything and understand that even if you're not excelling at it at that moment, that you will, and that is something that I think proves that you'll be able to build your own dynasty. And I can't wait to be here to be a spectator and your number one fan. So, you're 10 years old, 11 years old. What can you tell your 16-year-old self? What do you think you're going to tell your 16-year-old self right now, or your 21-year-old self?
Forever be obsessed with Taylor Swift.
Wow. Oh, man. I got to get you to listen to Beyonce. Well, you mentioned a little bit earlier that the reason why you like volleyball is because your team is so supportive. How have you seen that be different from, the plays that you act in?
So, in plays, you can't, cheer people on backstage because you have to be quiet backstage. But in volleyball, if someone misses something, we can, cheer, we can all cheer for them, and it just makes them feel better.
Yeah. I've been to all of your games, every single one of your games, and I really love seeing that with your team because you see each other, encourage each other regardless of if you missed a point or anything like that. Everyone's so encouraging, and I have literally watched your team from game to game, and you as well get better at the things that maybe the previous game was missed or wasn't, to perfection. And I've also told you, you shoot for perfection, but you reach excellence. Perfection is just something that is unattainable. No one is perfect. No one's walked this earth and been perfect. And so it's really good to see that you understand that at such a young age, that it's okay to mess up as long as you continue to work on those mistakes to make them better. And I love seeing that from your team. Every time I watch you guys play, and you're a great teammate. I watch you. You're one of the first ones to encourage someone after every play, after every point, whether it's on you guys or you guys scoring that point. I really love seeing that. And when you're on the bench, you're always cheering your team as well, which is pretty good, and I love seeing that about you. Never lose that, right? Never lose that. People will see that and respect you and love you for it. You don't do it just for that reason. You do it because it's the right thing to do, all right? So is there anything that you wish that we asked you today that we didn't ask you?
Who are my best friends?
Oh, wow. Who are your best friends?
Hannah, Charlotte, Nick and Crystal.
Nick and Crystal? Cool.
And Emma and Leah.
And Emma and Aaliyah and Chelsea.
Okay.
And Chelsea and Elena? Sure. All right, cool. And your birthday is coming up October 15th. What is it?
It's National Mushroom Day.
National Mushroom Day. Wow, that's a fungus. So that's pretty cool. Is there anything that you wish you could have for your birthday?
An iPhone.
An iPhone. Wow. Well, that escalated pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on that iPhone. Tell your 16-year-old self. That's something you should tell your 16-year-old self. Tell Daddy on right before my 16th birthday to get me an iPhone.
Or 12.
Or 12? Oh, wow. That's next year.
Yo, she's negotiating.
Yeah. She is going to be a phenomenal saleswoman. She already sells me every single day. And so I can't wait to see you create your dynasty. I love you, baby girl.
Love you.
Love you. Boom. That's it. Well, guys, thank you for listening to our podcast with Milan, Madison, Lorea. You can find her on Instagram at Milan and Chelsea, right? We'll list that on the bio of the podcast. And stay tuned. We have a lot of guests coming up and a lot of discussions on how you could build your own dynasty. Let's go.